live with Tiffany's Tarot, and there's our host, Tiffany Reynolds. How you
Hello,
doing, Tiff?
everyone. I'm doing good.
Nice to see you. I hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas Eve.
Eh, Yep. And Feliz Navidad for everybody that celebrates pretty early. Welcome to my show. Thank you for joining us for a special edition of Tiffany's Tarot. So, hello. Thank you for joining us. So, today we have a special treat. Um, we are going to be talking about the famous story of Scrooge and the Three Christmas Ghosts. For the people that aren't familiar with that, I'm going to explain, and Jim is going to help me explain that story if you don't know the story. It was written, it goes back as far as the 1800s, 1845 Christmas by Charles Dickens. It's a very famous Christmas story. Everybody knows Mr. Scrooge. He was a person that became obsessed with money, and he's known by the famous name of Bah Humbug. He was a person that wasn't very fond of the Christmas or the Christmas spirit ideal. And the ideal of Mr. Scrooge being visited by three ghosts and the tarot, I'm going to explain exactly why. The three spirits that he gets visited on the day of Christmas Eve, he gets visited by three ghosts. So he has the ghost of Christmas present, no, the Christmas past, present, and the future, just like the tarot.
Now, Tiffany, why was Scrooge so against Christmas? What caused him to feel that way?
So that's the very interesting thing is that three of the all three of these spirits actually show and explain to him these three things. But for the one of the past, she actually looks like a candle. And she's to illuminate the past, just like when somebody asked me to do their tarot, the past will come into the cards, whether it's past choices, whether 10, 15 years ago. The spirit of the past, she actually shows Scrooge about things in his past. And one of the things was the reason why he doesn't like Christmas is because he was very close to his sister. And his sister was very sickly. She unfortunately passes away on Christmas Day, giving birth to his nephew. So that's one of the reasons why he wasn't very fond of Christmas, because in order for her passing away, a life was taken away so that a new life could be born. So resent for that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't know. That's why that's where that bah humbug spirit comes from. Um, so the second spirit is the present. He shows him how his nephew is very fond of Scrooge, even though everybody doesn't like him. Usually in tarot, with the usually you have like the Two of Pentacles card making decisions, or the Two of Wands having to make a choice if I want to go to this place or that place. So you have choices that can impact you in your life, even past choices that can further you from the past to your current choices. So people tend to don't think about that, but those big decisions can actually impact you. And then so the spirit actually shows him how even though he might Scrooge is not a big fan of his nephew. his nephew actually adores him very much. And then the last spirit is what we know as the Grim Reaper or death. And with that spirit, we know it as the card in the tarot as death, Scorpio, associated with the Scorpio zodiac sign. But it also represents the death of a situation and allowing for somebody to redeem themselves and in a second chance at life, change their ways in a situation or their choices. So I just thought I would share that with this special edition and how it plays into just like the tarot, you have, different perspectives to think about it, especially on this Christmas Eve. What's your take on it, Jim? Thank you, Bradley, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. So, for the people that are joining us right now, if this is your first time, you can request a oracle reading or a tarot reading, or if you would like both, just mention in the comments that you would like both. Or if you would just like to have a general shout out, just tell us that, Merry Christmas or what you would like to say. And if it resonates or if you would like to share, um, please feel free to share. And we hope you like the show. May I please have both? Sure, Sherry. So, Sherry, I have awakened the magic of creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings. So, you may be somebody that's extremely creative, but also very artistic. You may be somebody that's very expressive through the arts, maybe painting, maybe sculpting, but also through music, a poet, Dancing is also another way as well. A partnership for the new age, it's time to welcome it. So maybe finding that new person in your life that will help you express your creativity or share that with somebody that feels the same way. Rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. So maybe if you've had moments in your life that they've not been the best and you feel at times you've had to have your guard up and everything, but know that there are better days ahead after you've won the battle. But you probably been through a lot, and that's why you're always on the defensive, but always keeping your eyes out. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. So you may be somebody that tends to hold back a lot until the right person is able to reach through you. And only when that person definitely can reach to you to at a certain point, then you finally express, how you um, then you will finally open up. But it has to be that right person. If it's not that right person, you're not going to really express too much. And then the last one is success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life. So focus on being successful or thinking positively, perhaps, and celebrating life's little victories. It might not seem like very much, but it may mean a lot more than what you've overcome so much. So you have a lot to actually celebrate. So I'm going to do the tarot for you. And then one more card. One more card. One more. So I have the Five of Pentacles. So maybe at some point in your time, you felt like you've been abandoned, you've been neglected. Maybe your finances. Yeah. Um, this can also mean that you've been through some serious tough times and it's really has tested you and you feel abandoned. I also have the Ten of Swords. So you felt, very emotionally hurt, something very big, and you said your son had passed away. So it felt like emotionally damaging to you, and that's enough to cause a lot of pain. But right now, you're probably trying to refocus on getting back onto a spiritual path with the Hierophant, trying to reevaluate your life and trying to refocus on what you need to. And I have the Ace of Pentacles. So I definitely see that your life will come back full circle despite the hardship and despite your son's passing. And I'm very sorry. God will give you a big opportunity and He will provide for you again. So that's what I have for you.
Benny C. Trent says, "Oh, Tiffany, you are so great. Your tarot card reading is on point. Did you give him a reading recently?"
You're welcome, Benny.
So getting back to Scrooge now, how did that end up? He went through them three phases. On that last phase, how did everything end up?
He ended up changing his life around after the being visited by the Grim Reaper. He changed his life around real quick. He gave out all his money. But people realize you have the potential to change your life. You'll be given many opportunities to change your life around, and the tarot just gives you a glimpse of your life if you choose to. It's just to help you, kind of guide you. But it's up to that person if they want to. I can't force you, but it offers assistance.
Yeah, I guess the main message is to relay that there are choices, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Vic. Would you like a reading, Vic? Sherry Burris says, "I get goosebumps when my son is near. I feel his energy anytime he's near."
Yeah. And during the holidays, the spirits are definitely very close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vic is up for a reading.
Okay. So, Vic, I have animals. So you may be somebody that's an animal lover, or you tend to um, be somebody that I don't know, maybe feel like you have to advocate for animals, or you attract a lot of animals. I have justice. So you may be trying to, I don't know, either um, trying to get justice or receive justice in something, or being victorious in a justice legal battle, or might be dealing with somebody that is a Libra with the scales, receiving good news or good luck, hearing about a commitment or somebody making a commitment or an offer on something, a partnership. And it doesn't have to be love, it could be a job or a community, an event of some kind. And at the bottom, I have life purpose. So it involves something about what you're meant to do in this life. You're the Libra. So expect to find out about something involving your life purpose. And it might have to involve animals. So that's what I have for you, Vic.
Here we have a YouTuber here saying hi and asking, can they get a spiritual message?
Sure.
And Vic says, thanks.
You're welcome, Vic. So, the spiritual message I have is snow. There's a beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. So, snow is often associated with purity, but also snow means renewing yourself or possibilities. Solstice, all hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim the gods are awaiting your glory, your name. So you may have, I don't know, received some kind of truth about something. And sometimes the truth can hurt, but also this can also mean getting in back to your roots. Also celebrating with family and friends and reconnecting with ancestors. Silent night. If by night the world would sleep, a sleep so deep the silence be deafening, there would be sound, but nothing at all nothing would be sound. So refocusing, taking a time out from the world and refocusing back on yourself and just taking a moment of silence and focusing on the beauty on this Christmas Eve, on just the lights and what Christmas Eve means to you. Tranquility, if thy womb of blissful quieting and claiming stillness lives the world of worlds spellbound of silence. So being tranquil, taking a time out and just enjoying the peacefulness. And the last card I have is Forest. It is without questioning a place of mystery, whispering of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magical. So you may find comfort in the outside, reconnecting with nature or forest. I don't know, magical winter wonderland is your kind of theme, but reconnecting with nature, ancestors, or just finding solitude may be something to focus on for your spiritual messages. And that's what I have for you.
Okay, and Sherry Burris says, Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas, Sherry.
Merry Christmas, Sherry.
Wonder if Bradley's still in the house.
Yes, yes, but I do have my Grinch in the house.
Yeah, there's the Grinch. Yeah. Now, was that Grinch must have been related to Scrooge himself, right? Uh,
Probably, I
or,
don't know.
or at the very least, an acquaintance.
Probably, probably.
Vic Bagaroff says, "Nice side, Jim. Thank you, Vic."
So, do you have any plans for Christmas, Jim?
Nah, it's going to be kind of quiet. Stay around the house. My daughter and son are going to come by, so
Oh,
I'm gonna make a ham dinner.
ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Well, I already had one Christmas last night, and then I have another one on Sunday. So, uh,
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. so what's your favorite Christmas movie? Christmas movie.
Mm,
Um, well, when I was younger, I used to like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Do you
Um,
have a favorite Christmas song?
Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells.
No,
Uh,
well, actually, I also like uh, White Christmas.
no White Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's see. My favorite would probably the Nutcracker. I think I watched every Nutcracker movie and play, including on YouTube, VHS, and DVD that's ever been out. I went to Barnes and Noble and I tried to see like all the books they had. They even had like a miniature book, but like the print is like that tiny. I couldn't even read it for $2. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna buy that. It was too tiny. No way, Jose.
have to use a magnifying glass to read that, I guess.
Exactly. I was like, no way. That's one thing I won't buy, but if they have a large edition print, then I will buy that online. I don't care if it's $200. I will buy that, but not that little one. No. But yeah, I can watch Nutcracker like 365 days a year.
Yeah.
And then I think my favorite song, Frosty the Snowman. Is my
Frosty the Snowman. Yeah.
I had my whole class singing that in sign language the other day.
Oh yeah.
They were all pumped up for that. So
Oh yeah. The kids love Christmas.
yeah, they were all excited. Presents, Santa Claus, and cookies, cookies and presents, cookies and presents.
So what is that? Elementary school?
Yeah, I guess we don't have a lot of people today, but that's okay. I know it's Christmas Eve.
Well, yeah, I'm sure people are running around like a chicken with their heads cut off last minute, preparing for Christmas. So it's a busy time of year.
Yeah. So how's the weather over there? Is it ice cold? No?
Well, it was actually went down to about 29, 30 degrees last night,
Oh my
which,
goodness.
which is very unusual for this area.
On Friday, it went down to 17 degrees here. Yesterday, it was 20, registering at 28. Tonight, I think it was only going to get to 20. I think it won't get back until regular Texas weather until really like Thursday here in the 70s and 80s again. Hopefully, I'm hoping. I'm hoping, but no snow, no snow, so that's good.
Right now it's 45 degrees here.
Oh my goodness. At least I have not turned into a popsicle yet.
Supposed to get down to about 31 degrees tonight, I guess.
Oh my goodness, that's freezing. And I know in some parts, I think it was saying below 8, and I'm like, oh my, and they have snow and everything else. I don't know how people can do that.
Yeah, I used to live in Massachusetts, and I don't miss them brutal winters.
You have to dress up like a giant marshmallow to go outside and get that shovel.
Dress up like a marshmallow, they won't be able to see you. You'll be camouflaged with all the snow.
And then you pick up the shovel and start scooping. I don't know how they do it over there. My brother lives in Denver and they have 6 feet of snow. I'm like, mm-mm, no, thank you. I'm good. I
Well,
am.
that's something you get used to. But you know, I went through that enough times. I don't miss it.
Yeah. And I used to live in New Mexico and we would get the snow, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. But I know the
Around
fall.
the holidays, a little dust and a white Christmas. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I
Yeah.
think the more north you go up, the more extreme the snow levels get up.
Oh yeah, yeah, and especially like around the Great Lakes and all that. The
Yeah.
snow develops often.
Yeah.
So when was that Scrooge story written? That was 18 what?
It was written in December 25th, 1845
Oh wow.
by Charles Dickens. But a lot of people did not know that Charles Dickens was actually somebody that worked with, he was like a social worker back in his time. So he worked to take care of the people that were underprivileged and stuff. So he worked literally for people that were Scrooges and stuff, and they would come after his family and stuff like that. So that's why he wrote that story to kind of hopefully get these people to change their mind and how
Right.
they treat the poor and stuff like that, the disabled. But yeah, that's a mind blower, right? 100 years later, 200 years later, and they still making Scrooge stories left and right.
Yeah.
Revamp his stories like 9,000 times. They
Yeah.
just made a new one actually. I think it's on Netflix. It's animated. It's really good.
Oh
The
yeah.
songs were really sad though. It made me cry. I was like, oh, it's so good. So, it was a good one, but I was like 300 years later, are we still watching this one? I think another one is the Nutcracker. I think it was written I'm gonna say about like 1500, 1600s, and that one is still going strong. It never went out.
And that was written in the 1500s, you said?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was never gone away. I think some of like the Christmas carols, they go back even further than that, and we still sing them today like nothing. So
Yeah, that's over what, 500 years? Holy cow!
Yeah. Rudolph, I think, was written in 40s or 50s,
Oh yeah.
around 40s and 50s, I think, or 60s, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, it amazes me how some of the stuff that's been written so long ago is still so popular today.
I wonder when the concept of Santa Claus came about.
Old Saint Nicholas, I think it goes. They actually found his remains.
Oh yeah.
One of the teachers, she was telling me they actually found his gravesite. He goes back as far as 300, 400 AD, but
That far back.
they found his grave.
Wow.
Yeah, they found his remains, skeletal remains.
So basically, I mean, that concept started by him being in a village, and I guess every Christmas he used to make gifts for the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, he actually used to be one of the Pope's sons. I think they said he was like one of a Pope's sons, but he saw that a lot of the people they didn't have anything, so he would make presents for people, and he would the idea of stockings was actually the poor with the socks, and he would put like candies and stuff in there or baked goods and stuff. So a lot of the stuff that we have today comes from, those ideals from then.
Right. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing how that took flight like that, huh?
Yeah, and in Mexico we celebrate Posanda, which they celebrate like before the birth of Jesus with Mary and Joseph. And they have like a whole celebration for 2 weeks. And my grandma would give us like a brown bag. It's almost like a stocking, but
Oh
except
yeah.
it's like a brown bag either they give out brown bags or clear bags, and they give you like peanuts, apples, and oranges, and then they
Yeah,
would have like
snacks. Yeah.
little bright candies and stuff. And here in the United States, people buy stockings and they put, like goodies, like,
Yeah.
chocolates or whatever they can. So yeah, everywhere is different.
I wonder
So
how old is the concept of Halloween? That's
eons,
yeah.
eons.
That must be from way back, huh?
Yeah, but I think it's so interesting because with Charles Dickens, I mean, he really introduced ghost, which was something unheard of. Ghosts for Christmas Eve, time travel, trying to get people to repent. Like his story was like way out during his time, but now it's just like something like so normal today. But at his time, that was something that was way out there to even think about.
Does Halloween predate when the witches were burnt at the stake?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
even before then. It's known as Samhain
Oh yeah.
in British Isles and Ireland. But when you had the witch trials and stuff, if you had it wasn't so much if you were doing witchcraft, it was if you had a birthmark, if you had a mole, if you were not married, if you had like they would have all these crazy rules and regulations if you were a person that couldn't read the Bible. And I mean, most people in that time they couldn't, they weren't. literate. They didn't know how to read. So if you didn't weren't able to say the verses and stuff, and I mean these were poor people. Of course, they didn't know how to read. Only the people that knew how to read were the people in the church, your monks and your nuns,
Right.
not poor people. They would put them to death. And it's crazy and insane what they used to
Oh,
do.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, that's how it used to be back then. It's crazy.
Well, luckily times have changed, right?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. But you have some people that would like to go back to the old times. I'm like, mm-mm, we don't need to do that. People are just fine. Leave them alone. I think there was I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago, there was a pastor in Georgia or somewhere, Pastor Locke, calling for witch trials in the United States, and people thought he was,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he wants to bring that back, and people are like,
How
no.
did it come about that they did away with that?
For the Salem witch trials, um, the reason why they did away with that is because they found out that the little girls that did the accusing of people, they found out that the wheat that they would bake the stuff with had a bacteria, a fungal bacteria.
Uh,
But at that time, they didn't have advanced, scientists and all of that to explain that. But of course, if you're eating rotten food that is consumed with mold and stuff, they would blame it on
yeah.
witchcraft
So
because
in other words, they blame that on like a curse
yeah,
from witchcraft, right?
so they went around and started blaming half of the whole entire town and had pretty much half the people killed. You had over about from one person to Tibitha to the entire almost whole town and city because that's how it went from one person to almost 200 people. And these girls went from Tibitha to the elderly to dogs and cats to this lady that owns the I mean they just blamed everybody. That's how insane it got.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
guess
why
they were all pointing fingers at each other. I guess.
yeah, so at that point they were like, what, we're not gonna do that. And it's insane because I think just last year the final person that was executed during the Salem witch trial, she was finally cleared of not being guilty. She was actually not guilty, and they
Oh yeah.
finally cleared after 400 years later.
A little late for that.
Yeah, but the families who are descended from that are trying to make people understand,
Clear their name. Yeah.
trying to make the public understand how something like that is possible. There's the book, The Crucible. I hope that's not one of the banned books they're trying to get banned, but it talks about that because that happens time and time again, and it happened during the Salem witch trials and during the 1950s with the Cold War, and then we're seeing that again today with the what is it, cold cancel culture and stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's repeating itself,
Well,
but
they do say that history repeats itself. So
yeah, but the ideal is to hopefully people will learn.
I guess most people aren't happy unless they're complaining about something.
My grandma said if they're not happy, just leave them alone. You have some people that will complain about the sky being blue, the clouds being white. Just leave those people alone and just be happy being you and just let them people be unhappy. But there's nothing you can do to make them happy and just leave them alone. So, yeah, because no matter what you do, you have some people that no matter what you do for them, they're just not happy. You can
That
give
is
them
true.
$1 million and they're still not happy. So
That's right. Yeah. Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's for sure.
but I think chocolate can make people happy, but I don't know. Change my mind. Change my mind.
Yeah, but then you have some that are allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Most people cannot say no to
life,
chocolate. All the people I've known. Yeah.
life isn't easy.
Or a cookie. They say, "Oh no, I don't need it," but then they, "Oh, is that a cookie? Oh, okay." Or a muffin or sweets. They always say, "I don't need it," and then you bring it to a party or something, and it's always gone, like the whole
Oh
platter.
yeah, yeah.
The same person that said, "I don't need it," they're sneaking away with the whole plate of the platters of cookies and stuff. It's like, okay, so I don't know.
To each their own. That's diversity. That's what makes the world go around. I guess.
Yeah. Or tacos. I have never seen anybody turn down a taco on Taco Tuesday.
What's your favorite flavored taco? Beef or
Probably chicken.
chicken? I like both. I guess.
Well,
They're both pretty good.
what's your favorite thing to eat for Christmas time?
Well, I like ham. I usually do ham at Christmas. Of course, turkey on Thanksgiving. So
Mm, my mom usually makes tamales and pozole. Mm.
I like stuffed cabbage. I like stuffed peppers, spaghetti, homemade meatballs. Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
chili too. I can make a killer chili, homemade chili.
Ooh. Yesterday, my mom, she made her Waldorf salad and it was gone in less than 5 seconds. Everybody was scared to do it.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Yeah, my sister was just like, shh, 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 there's the whole plate of it. And we have to wait until next year for some more. So,
Well, it's better they eat it. So none of it will goes to waste. So that's good in a way, I guess.
yeah.
Can't believe the new year is right around the corner.
Do you have any plans for New Year's?
Not really. You?
Um, no, I'm gonna say I don't like fireworks. They hurt my ears.
Oh yeah.
And my kitty cats don't like it. They get scared. I don't like fireworks myself. I wrap myself like a burrito and no, and my cats they call me up with the fireworks and the popping and stuff. And my neighbors they don't like those little ones. They don't like those jumbo sized ones that scare the crap out of the entire neighborhood. Cause I don't know, they just
Yeah.
like that's great for them, but that's not great for me because I have to go to work the next day. But I think last year they set off the fireworks and it literally made all of the cars start like beeping and going off. Like that's how loud it is. So all you heard was like as soon as it goes into the sky, you just heard all of the people's cars in the parking lot just going off because the firework literally set off all the people's cars. A lot. I didn't even know that was a thing. They make them that loud.
Yeah, Featherstone says hi, hi.
Hello.
So, what are you having for tomorrow for dinner?
My mom's gonna make her famous pozole and tamales, and I made some cookies and gingerbread men. So that's gonna be my dinner.
There you go.
And then on Monday, I'm gonna have caldo, so I'm good. I'm good. And yesterday I had, what was it? Like a honey glazed turkey. It was
Oh
really good.
wow. Oh yeah. Wow. Would you have that at work?
No, at my sister's
Oh really? Yeah. Wow. Cool.
with some carrots and mashed potatoes and the whole stuff in 9 yards.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
Yep.
All the festivities.
And I don't even have a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I don't either.
It only lasts a day or two and then you're
Yeah,
done.
really. I gave up on that a long time ago. So how many children do you have in your class, Tiffany?
12.
12. Oh yeah.
But I heard in some of the public schools that they're pushing up to, I think, at least almost 50 to almost 70 students per classroom
Per class.
in the public schools. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot of kids.
That's crazy. That's a lot of kids to be keeping track of at one time.
Yeah, for one teacher. Yeah,
Would you like to do another reading there, Tiff?
sure.
All right.
So I have good luck. So hearing good luck or sending good luck to someone or somebody, bringing messages of good luck, positivity, fertility. So either about a pregnancy, being pregnant, or possibly giving birth to a new ideal, a new career path, a new plan that you would like to see to full fruition. Forgiveness, forgiving someone or a situation. Courage. So you might be a Leo or dealing with somebody that was a Leo, or having the courage to take on a task or the courage to be brave in a situation. Freedom, regaining freedom. You're a Pisces. I see. So regaining your freedom and breaking away from something, but getting the key to remove yourself from blockages or things that were holding you back. Lightening your load, trying to figure out ways to unburden yourself and trying to remove obstacles that may be trying to hold you back, trying to find alternative solutions or ideals. Boundaries, having to set boundaries with someone or something that may be trying to push you to your limits. So having to stand up to someone or something, but knowing your limits and having to set boundaries. And the last one I have is empowerment, knowing your power and knowing that you have so much worth and potential. So that is what I have for you.
Okay, she says thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we're just about at the top of the hour. So time goes by fast when you're having fun.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to everybody that joined us, and we'll be here again next week, 4 p.m. Eastern, for more readings. Anyone who's interested. Merry Christmas to you, Tiff.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.